So, one of the most important subjects that we need to have a discussion about when it comes to the African continent is the subject of politics, and the fact that many of the Africans, of course, if you talk about politics, they say, I don't want politics. I don't want to play a part in politics. And I think that this is very dangerous on behalf of us as Africans. We need to understand that politics runs everything. And actually, this is where I don't agree with the people who always say that Africa should not participate in international politics. Look, it is important that Africa plays a role in international politics, and keeping Africa out of international politics, it has been a tactic by the nascent West for a very long time, so that Africans will not understand what the world is about. And this is very, very dangerous. Now, I want you to remember that in 1980, in 1884 and 1885, we were colonized because we didn't play a role in international politics, and it is as simple as that. Because if we were part of the players on the international scene, I don't believe that we would have been colonized as Africans, but we were simply colonized because we were not playing a role in international politics. Now, the other thing that is important to remember is that since the 1960s, Africa has been asking for a seat on the a permanent seat on the Security Council, on the United Nations Security Council, and we have not been given that seat. Why do you think the West has held back in giving us the seat on the Security Council, a permanent seat on the Security Council? It's because they don't want us to play an important role in politics. Politics determines everything. We recently, when India was chairing the G20, at the G20 summit in 2022, got a seat on the G20. And this is simply because when you play in politics, when you play a part in politics, you get to make the rules. You get to be part of the people who are making the rules that are going to govern society. And that is as simple as that. If you don't play a role, they're going to make rules for you. They're going to make laws for you which are going to govern you. Whether it is the taxes on your fuel that you move, the fuel, that if you paid for fuel, you are paying for almost everything. But if they increase, for example, the taxes on fuel, and you don't play a role, for example, in demonstrating and saying this is unacceptable to us, then it's going to affect you whether you like it or not. But if you added your voice, then it would make a difference. If they increase taxes on salt, if they increase taxes on, for example, pads which our women use, if they increase taxes on this and that, mobile money, if they increase taxes, for example, on your data, what you use on phone, this affects everyone. So this is the importance of policy. The fact is that whether you like it or not, politics affects you, and you cannot run from it. So it is either you play a role in shaping your society, or they make the laws for you and they will still affect you. There's no way we can run from this aspect of how our society is run. So this is very important. One of the things that Nkrumah was accused of by the British and the Americans, of course, it was that Nkrumah was making the Africans too politically conscious. And this is simply because we are supposed to be conscious politically and understand how society is shaped. Like I said, politics controls everything. Politics shapes everything in society. So this is very important for all of us as Africans to understand what runs society. At the top of society is politics, then economics, then the social organization of society. So you can see the hierarchy. So whether you like it or not, the economy will affect you. And who shapes the economy? Who shapes the economic policies in a country? Is politics which shapes that. So regardless of how your society is governed, and you think that it's not governed well, and the people who are there who are governing it are not good, you still have to play a role in making sure that you have the right people in the political position. So the fact that the bad people have occupied the seats of power, it does not mean that there's no good people. And this actually reminds me of one Nigerian minister, former Nigerian minister, who said that if the good people, all of them run away and they say they're going to go to the private sector or they're going to run out of the country, now who's going to run the country? The bad people are going to fill the void. There's going to be a vacuum. And he said that this is what we are seeing in Nigeria and of course majority of the African continent, that the bad people have come to occupy the positions of power at the expense of the good, because the good people and of course the good people have ran out of the country, and they have said they don't want to participate in that kind of chaos, and they've gone out abroad, the so-called Japa. People have run out of the country, and the good have decided to sit on the side and fold their arms at the expense of the whole society. So everyone has to participate in politics, and this is the price that our ancestors paid. They paid the price to make us understand international politics and also our own local politics, so that we can play a role in shaping our society. My name is Kwame Gonza, and the channel is called Africa Reimagined. Please like the channel and share it with others and support the channel. Thank you so much, and God bless you.